Okay, so if I was going to frame that, there's a little landscape there. Alright, what I'm going to do here is just have a quick look at our brush and kind of different marks we can make. Whoops, there we go. That's this is a Pro Art brush. It's a synthetic brush, size 16, so kind of mid-range. What I'm going to do here is just load this brush up full of paint, and we'll just see what happens here. Watch this. Okay, so that's just moving left to right without doing anything. Equal pressure on the brush. Let me just try something else. Move the brush a bit quicker. And finally just slowly. Let's just get a closer look at what's happening here. What you can see is the brush is picking up and leaving behind the bumps on the paper. This is a Bockingford 425 gram rough paper. It's just catching the top of the paper and missing the bottom. Now you'd call this technique dry brush. Okay? So if I was to want to use a technique like dry brush in a painting situation, you could do something like this, simple demonstration. Okay, so what I'm going to do is paint a solid block of colour. Down to a line there, and watch this, okay? Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've got a darker colour of purple. Let's just put a little sort of bit of landscape in here, just to make this actually look like something. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just do another layer of dry brush here. Okay, so if I was going to frame that, there's a little landscape there, sort of roughly. Okay, let's just talk about this painting now. Let's get it close. Let's look at some of this dry brushwork. Suffering from a bit of shadow here. You can see how we have the first wash there, and then we've got the second wash of dry brush there. Now what happens is, if you look at these marks here, the deeper holes in the paper continue to not want to be painted on, and so you get these natural highlights which you can pretty much predict you can catch. So this painting is made up of 4 separate tones made in 2 washes. 2 washes have made 4 tones. We've got 0 tone on the white, we've got our first tone there, we've got our second tone, which you can see there. Okay, that was the purple, which when put on top of the first tone, 1 and 1 makes 1 plus 2 makes 3. We get a tonal value of 3. And when we have it on our own, which you can just see there, we have a tonal value of 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3 plus the white. 4 tones, 2 washes. Simple.